Hello, this is a Community Light TV. Today we have brought you this person you see here. He's going to introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Shadrach Lokwa. I'm just a student from who just completed secondary school recently. So thanks for having me.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shadrach. Would like to know about your passion and interests in your
Okay,
life.
okay. I'm a poet. I'm a writer, and also a performer. And I'm passionate on journalism. So since I was like 7 years old, I was just thinking to be a journalist or planning or dreaming. So that's my passion. I can say about me.
That's really great.
Yeah,
Yeah, so straightforward. You want to be known for that.
exactly.
Wow. So the whole world should
Yeah,
know you about like.
yeah. As I say that when I was 7 years old, I always tell my father that one day they watch me on the BBC channel. So maybe broadcasting news, also like trying to present news around the world.
Wow,
That's me.
that's nice. So, what inspires you, like, to be based on such like passion and interest?
hmm Okay, it was I was when I was in my first grade in my home country. Yeah, see, I used to watch this TV channel news called France 24. So there was a certain black man whom I used to watch a lot of time. The way he was speaking, the way he was talking, he was delivering the news. So get me inspired and also tell my father.
Wow, that's nice. You know what? When like poets are practicing, maybe in a certain hall,
Okay.
they used to like sound crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
So people don't understand what they're doing actually. So by the way, what do you feel like? Why or what importance do you see in poetry or journalism?
That's a great question. For me, I like starting first. I'll start in poetry. Poetry. The important thing I find is just you're trying to express out your desire, the word which is invisible. So you let it out that other people can hear about your feeling inside and the emotions which it is inside of you. So that's what I like about the poetry.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Definitely, it's more like you know the impacts of such things, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Can you give some like examples?
Yeah, most of the time, like if someone is giving a poem or delivering a poem or reciting, the audience or someone among the audience can find in the same situation the poem is talking about. Maybe lastly, I wrote a poem talking about their suicide.
Wow.
So it was like a kind of therapy, giving those people like they are just urged to give or to do suicide, to commit suicide. And when someone just hear about that, he gets a positive impact.
Wow.
Not going to practice, not going to commit suicide again because he hears something like an
Wow.
advice from the poem.
That's really great
Thank
because
you.
maybe that person won't feel like he's alone having such like I understand.
Exactly. sir.
Part of like reducing stress, like educating.
Dedicating
Wow,
also.
wow.
Exactly.
So what are steps are you taking towards like the world to know you?
Yeah, I like the world to know me. I have a great barricade, like in this camp, opportunity is very limited.
Yeah.
So you may have something like a plan, a great dream, but you have some barricades, you have some scandals whereby you cannot go to let the thing that you have inside of you to be out the widely.
That's very true.
Yeah, exactly.
So what are you doing currently to try or how are you investing like your energy, time, money toward that like world to know you?
These days I'm like sometimes when there is an event like they just press something on the road I can read the notice and take the number so I can call the number then tell them that I can come there the place and perform the poem for free. So that's where I do it so that people can know more about me.
Wow.
So trying to block that barricade and find outside like you can go to head up.
I learned something. You are humble.
That's very great.
You are very humble. So you still understand that you have some other like limits. It's more like you have challenges. You need a hand, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe someone watching you today here, if he has something to support you may do greater than you are doing.
Exactly.
So what would you ask that person if someone is interested to support you, what would you ask for that person to support?
Yeah, I've said that I'm interested and also professional, interested in journalism, and the thing I'm liking, I can say I don't have is just getting into university and also going to learn institution of journalism, right? It's because a journalist is someone who's supposed to have the much and accurate information about the world, about also journalism. You cannot, because you cannot just go outside like that and you can be caught up or be something like that, you see. So on my way, or like in my part, I think that someone who want to support me, I just want to pursue my dream of becoming a great journalist. Maybe paying for me a university, because if I ask something like, no, give me money, something like that, money is going. So, and money can just say you start today, it's off, you see. But you give me knowledge, and after giving me knowledge, then I'm going to fetch a lot that I need.
I understand. I understand. So if it is said to you that you have to choose between poetry and journalism, what would you choose?
I think I don't have anything to choose there, because poetry and journalism works like hand in hand. So journalism and poetry is kind of like journalism is more about speaking and writing, and the poetry is also more about speaking and writing. Because I remember recently I wrote an article called dzaleka Lost Voices. It's published now in Google. Now you can just tap that to find that. So on writing poetry is where I'm going to expand my journalistic skill. You see, so I don't think I can choose one. I can go with them both.
But I think there is a difference between like poetry and journalism, because most of the time journalism we copy and paste.
Exactly.
You take the exact information from somewhere and you make it be known to people. You see, but poetry you create a dream, a dream to people. So between like creating a dream to people and the and copying and pasting, what would you like prefer most?
Okay. I can say I can learn journalism, but I cannot learn poetry.
Wow.
So I was born a poet. So so it's very kind of like crazy. So I can stand for poetry. So that's me. Okay, because I know poems is also news, right? You're giving people news, something they don't know about that. Someone was like ignorant, but you give him something, so you get news, right? So I can say I stand for poetry.
Oh,
yeah,
that's very nice.
Exactly.
It's great to have known the great passion of yours.
Exactly.
Yeah, poetry. All right. So for that like angle of poetry, what would you prefer to be supported of?
Yeah, that's very great. I just
like, what are you lacking for you to be at that top, like trending, inspired? Because the more you reach people, the more you help people. So maybe you have the same dream of reaching more daily.
Exactly. Poetry is not only writing. Poetry is more speaking. Because if I can say, if I can try to refer to the word poetry, just reciting, you see, something which is you find inside of you, you recite, you let it out. So I can just say that I need their audience, because here in the camp people don't what I can say, consider poetry much, because it's a mixed community. You see, other people cannot understand language very. So you find like, of course, the poem will be great and so educative, but you find that the audience is not receiving that. That's like just pouring the water on the duck, see, back, something like that. So if I have opportunity to let apart from this community, but outside, I think I'm going to be great.
That's great. You need connection maybe for medias.
Medias, something like that.
Oh, wow. Stages for performing, like festivals. So those are the things you are in need of.
That's what I am in need of.
Wow.
You see, so
that's
because you see, you'll be just storing things, but you don't let things be unveiled. That's be very, very great.
That's really great. You know what? What I have really learned from this Mr. Shedrack is that you have to identify your limits. Maybe tomorrow you'll be creaming the mountain.
That's great. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. It has been like good to have met you, Mr. Shadrach.
Thanks
This is the end of this interview conversation.
Thanks for having me, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mhm.